New information tonight about a warning we first brought you over the summer. Unsuspecting homeowners thought they were signing a standard listing agreement to sell their home, but ended up trapped in a 40-year nightmare they now can't escape.
CBS 2's Megan Hickey has now discovered hundreds of people in our area made a deal with a controversial real estate company, offering homeowners money up front.
Put a camera in 79-year-old Frank McEntee's hands.
Everybody, very great.
And he comes alive.
Here we go, boom.
Muscle memory.
All right.
From a lifetime of practice.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, really. Well.
He has decades worth of undeveloped film just sitting in boxes in his Dunning house.
Capturing people, capturing the moment, and capturing life, you know.
For years.
Good 6 containers of film.
He put off developing and potentially selling most of his prints because he didn't have the time. Now retired,
Yes.
he doesn't have the money.
Again, I'll show you the damage on the ceiling.
His home badly needs repairs.
So without that loan, I can't repair that right now. You know, that's the situation.
With the home paid off, Frank found out he was the perfect candidate for a reverse mortgage. But there was a horrible snag in his application.
I have high equity in the house. I have a great credit rating. I've done.
You did everything right.
Yeah. It's very painful.
In 2022, Frank signed a contract with a Florida-based company called MV Realty.
This is pretty much where we sat down and signed the papers, right in here.
And it seemed like a pretty good deal, right?
At the time, I thought it was a good deal.
This don't even have a signature.
You've heard of them before from our story in July.
After I signed, I Googled the company, and I was like, oh, crap.
Frank, like other homeowners, thought he was signing a deal that said the company would act as a realtor when he eventually sold his house. But as our CBS 2 investigation revealed, the contract clouded his title. Frank couldn't believe what the reverse mortgage lender told him.
And they told me that there was a lien on my property for $12,000, and that was generated by MV Realty.
And he couldn't get any answers at the clerk's office in Skokie.
They will be able to tell me whether or not there's a lien against my property.
But Frank's reverse mortgage was denied because of the filing.
You have reached MV Realty. Please hold for just a moment.
And since November, the company hasn't returned a single call.
It's totally different.
Our investigation in July showed that the Homeowner Benefit Agreement, or HBA, that Frank and others signed entitled MV Realty to a traditional commission of 3 to 6% of the home value, whether they sell it or not. And buried in the fine print, the agreements last for 40 years and extend beyond death.
Me personally, I don't feel like I was bullying. I feel like I was
dominating the dojo.
I was just killing it, yo.
The scheme is the brainchild of Amanda Zachman. You may remember her from season 15 of the CBS hit show Big Brother. Now she runs MV Realty.
Don't lock yourself alone in your big old HOH room by yourself.
Since our last story, we've learned a lot more about Zachman, her company, and how it conducts its business. MV Realty filed for bankruptcy protection last September and acknowledged some legal hurdles, including this complaint filed by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. This complaint accuses the company of dishonest dealings in signing up homeowners for the agreements. Specifically, the complaint claims MV Realty engaged in dishonorable, unethical, or unprofessional conduct in an effort to deceive, defraud, or harm the public. The complaint recommends Zachman and the company's licenses be suspended or revoked. In bankruptcy documents, the company indicates 709 properties with HBAs in Illinois, including Frank's. He would like to see the Attorney General put pressure on the company to terminate those agreements.
Personally, I feel like the Attorney General here is just doing nothing. And I feel like he's not doing his job.
At least 7 attorneys general have sued the company to protect the consumers in their states, including Indiana, where the AG said at least 366 homeowners have fallen victim.
I feel like someone had punched me in the stomach.
The lawsuits are on hold for now due to bankruptcy proceedings. By looking through Chicago area deed filings, we know that MV Realty has terminated the agreements for several properties since our reporting. Frank says that if his contract were voided,
how would that change your life?
Completely. You have no idea.
Several requests for comment to MV Realty have gone unanswered, and despite several inquiries to the Illinois Attorney General's office about taking action here, So far, they've made no commitment to our viewers. The deadline for consumers to file a claim with the bankruptcy trustee just passed in February. Government offices have until March. Megan Hickey, CBS 2 Investigators.
This weekend, the bankruptcy court extended the deadline for homeowners to file claims. Anyone with an HBA now has until April 1st.